Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I'm your host, your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger, helping you whip your business into shape. And today I have with me a new friend that I met just a few months ago on the Marketers Cruise. And I know you guys have been hearing me talk about the Marketers Cruise and how much fun it was and all the people that I met. And Allison Hatcher is one of the people that I met that was just an absolute, like, if I met nobody else on this cruise, she was worth being there. Okay, y'all. Right? She is fantabulous. So let me tell you a little bit about Allison. So Allison is at the level of Lapis Executive with Nuskin. And what she told me over and over again during our conversations was that the great benefit to being in direct sales and MLM has been that Nuskin brought her to personal development. And she has a passion both for Nuskin and personal development. She's a survivor of domestic violence, and Nuskin helped her start her new life. So Allison, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited and honored to be here with you. Yes, the cruise was absolutely fabulous. You and Marcel are two of our favorite people that we met on there as well. And I can't wait for us to do dinner over Zoom soon.
Oh my gosh, we are certainly doing that for sure. Okay.
Tequila tasting and all.
That's just how we roll. That's what we do. So, Allison, tell us, how did you get introduced to Nuskin, your MLM company?
So I was 41 years old when my divorce happened. And you know, it was a pretty high-profile divorce in a very small town, and I made the decision to move away from where I was born and raised so that I was safe and that I could try to begin a new life. And everybody had this vision or this thought that I was surviving on this huge divorce settlement. And that was not the case. And I worked for about 9 months on me. And at that time, I had never heard of personal development at all. Really, I was doing devotions and trying to figure out who I was as a person. And because I was 18 when I got married, I was 41 when I got divorced. So I basically had not had any experience outside of that. I had a great business mind, and we had founded a huge company. And so I knew the ins and outs of businesses. And one day I was ordering the toothpaste that I had been using for years, a whitening toothpaste that has no bleach or peroxide, and it's perfect for sensitive teeth. And the girl that I normally ordered from was no longer a friend of mine on Facebook, and I would order 5 tubes at a time because if you bought 4, she would give you 1 free, and that would last me about a year. As it turns out, she ended up being a friend that I had apparently lost in the divorce. You know, some friends take sides. And so I had seen a post a day or so previous to me trying to order with a girl selling tanner. So I scrolled back through my feed and I tried to remember who the friend was. And I reached out and I said, I see you're selling the tanner. Do you also have the toothpaste? And she said, I do. And I said, I need to order some. So I placed the order And in true fashion, she turns around and tries to flip me from a customer to a recruit. And I went through the whole spiel of, I've tried MLMs before. They just don't work. I've done Pampered Chef. I've done Tupperware. I've done Mary Kay. I've done all that. It's not for me. And she said, I think you'd be great at it. Why don't you give it a shot? And I said, okay, I will. And they wanted me to post about the firming cream, which is honestly the most viral product that we have. But because I had never used it, I told her, no, I would feel more comfortable posting one that I have used, which is the toothpaste. And she said, okay, it's a simple copy and paste message. Here you go. Let's see what happens. There's no obligation. Just post it. And once you post it, let me know that it's up. So I did. I posted the toothpaste, and the only thing I did was change the copy and paste script to where it sounded more like me. And it started off with, everybody compliments my smile and wants to know how I keep my teeth so white. Here's my secret weapon. And I sold 8 cases overnight. And you profit roughly around $300 off of each case. So I was like, wow, maybe I'm onto something. And I just dove in and I started following the simple system that they trained me with. And it's basically a 7-day cycle for products on your main page. And then a week or 2 into your journey, as we all know in MLMs, we call them journeys.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You start your own little VIP group. And so I kept on and I kept on, and I ended up recruiting several people. And in the beginning, I was focused on the results, and I was struggling with the concept of, I'm doing everything they tell me to do, but I'm not seeing any results. And that's when they introduced a 2-hour webinar with Cortland Warren one night. And he is a guru. He was with PSI, just an amazing mindset and personal development guru. And at the beginning, I was like, I don't need personal development. I've got my Bible. That's all I need.
Right.
That's it. And I signed up for this 2-hour webinar just to show my upline that I would show up.
Mm-hmm.
My heart was not in it. I literally sat there with the video off the first hour. And he said something that sparked my attention about being in my own way.
Mm.
And I had a question, and the only way he would call on me was if my video was showing. And so I turned my video on and I got into it and I got in depth. And the part of it that I was struggling with was, in an MLM, when you are considered a social seller, 80% of your feed needs to be lifestyle, and 20% is where you sprinkle in the business. Yep. Because if you are overdoing it, people are going to block you. They're going to snooze you for 30 days. They're not going to want to see you vomiting all about your products all over their feed.
Right.
And I was struggling because I was trying to rebuild my life after a bad divorce, a few other issues in life as I'm trying to figure out where I am, how my next bill is going to get paid. And I raised my hand and asked the question, I understand the law of attraction. I understand attraction marketing. I understand the 80-20 rule. But my life is shit right now. Nobody wants the life that I have. Mm-hmm. How do I sell myself before I sell the products when my life is a mess right now? And what he told me is what made me sign up for the 8-week mastermind that started the next week. He told me, you authentic. You are authentically you. You are not afraid to share your story. You're not afraid to share the victories as well as the struggles. Mm-hmm. But because you are authentic, it is easier for you to get somebody to know, like, and trust you.
Oh, yeah.
So just keep showing up. You keep focusing on the process and divorce the results. So if you focus on the process and you make sure that you're doing your daily actions every single day, eventually you will see results. So that got me started in the next step. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this down. I'm personal development. Oh, they're going to be so proud of me. I'm digging in. And you dig in and you do your daily actions. And every MLM is different, yet they're all the same. There are daily actions that must be done if you want to grow your business. Mm-hmm. Simple systems from growing your network on social media to how to get it out there to where people are sharing your products for you when they post a little quick advertisement saying, hey, my friend Allison's got this firming cream that is fabulous. She's making a list now. Would you like to try to buy? Things like that are little daily actions. And our daily actions have everything to do with, one is called a blitz. We can work our business in 28 minutes a day. Mm. And the way you do that before you post on anything, it's just a little simple system. So I went through all the steps. I did the 8-week course in Mindset Mastermind with Cortland. I became really vulnerable and I put my head down and I got to work. And at the end of every day, when I would get ready to go to bed, I would ask myself, did I do this? Am I happy with it? What is one more thing I can do? Mm-hmm. And I would go in and I might do one more shout out request or one more business share. And I built the team. And you know that no matter how many people you have on your team, if you have 100 in your downline, chances are you've only got 5 really working the business.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I learned in that process of leveling up was I couldn't want the business for that new recruit more than they wanted it for themselves.
Yeah.
So learning how to effectively recruit someone and pour into them until they show me that they don't want it. Mm. Learning how to categorize which recruit is going to get more of my time, or which recruit is just going to be a follow-up Friday type of relationship.
Okay, we got to stop right there. This is huge because that, I would say, was also one of my biggest aha moments when I was leading my team, which was who is showing up for themselves, their family, and their business, and who isn't. Because as a leader, just like you were saying, I was pouring into everybody the same amount. And so that was pouring out of my cup. And I had no way of refilling that much energy and effort. So I started focusing on those who were showing up. I started focusing on those who were doing the do, as I said. If they're doing the do, then I'm going to have the conversation with them. Whether or not they're getting results didn't matter because they were willing to do the thing even when they weren't getting results because they're like, I know it's supposed to work, so I'm going to do it, but I got to figure out how to make it work. Right?
Exactly.
Oh, that is so freaking important. That right there, guys, man, go back and listen to that again.
See, so many people focus on the people on their downline that are not doing anything, that they're letting the people who are doing the thing slip through their fingers. So, our cycle, our simple system is a 7-day cycle. You start out with post 1, and then you go in and you do an engagement post, and it's just a little simple system to do. But when it got to the 3rd day, that's usually when everybody falls off because that's when shout outs begin. Yeah. And you start asking your warm market, your friends and your family to do a shout out post for you to kind of grow your network with people that you don't know. And a shout out can take off in a heartbeat. And a shout out can end up selling 4 tubes of firming cream, which you're going to earn. We're not supposed to talk numbers, but you're going to earn 4 figures on that. And if you do it the right way. And usually when you get to that 3rd day and that new recruit's like, I don't want to ask for shout outs. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. That kind of lets you know where they're going to fall on your radar. So when it comes to that, you are pouring into everybody. Right. And when you don't have somebody refilling your cup and you're sitting here focused on the people who are doing the do, and then you've got a greater focus on the frustration of the ones that are not doing the system, then you have to sit back and you have to have that conversation with them that says, hey, Jennie, I know you've been a little bit overwhelmed these first few days, and I totally understand that. If you want to take a moment to decide what level you want this business to be at in your life, how big of a portion of your plate do you want it to fill? Let me know so that we can figure out how to customize this business to your lifestyle. You don't have to be the one that posts all the time like I do. But if you want to enjoy the benefits of the extra income, then let's devise a schedule and a system that will work for you. And if you specifically try to meet people where they are and not try to bombard them with the system or to just message after message after message in their inbox telling them what the next step to do is when they haven't even completed step 2. If you meet them where they are, you're going to have less fallout.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is incredibly powerful. And I'm going to back up your statement with something that I learned from a sales professional coach. Literally, this is what she does. Her name is Dr. Ellen Moran. She talks about meeting people at their bus stop. The bus says, here, this is your bus stop. I'm going to meet you here and pick you up and take you to the next place you want to go, right? Meet people where they are. Drop them off where they want to drop off. It's perfect. If that's coming from a top sales coach like Dr. Ellen Moran, and Allison Hatcher is backing this up, guys, it's the truth.
In so many MLMs, when you quit producing, the upline and the sideline just no longer value. And, if you're not producing or doing the actions that they tell you to do, then you're no longer on their radar.
Right.
And everybody who has participated or joined an MLM at any time in their life, they understand that there's going to be a wave when you, at any point, it may not be in your first 6 months, but sometime in that first year, a new product is going to launch, a new system's going to come out, and there will be a wave. And that wave, you can either choose to ride it and maximize the profits from it, or you can get run over by it, miss it completely, and look back of what happened. Well, my wave was when collagen launched. And so Nuskin had come out with the new Collagen Plus, and it's the first on the market that actually triggers your body to start producing or continue producing collagen after a certain, once we reach a certain age, we stop producing it. And so I had such great results with that collagen launch that we all worked together and we figured out ways to create a VIP group for our collagen subscribers because you get it at a better rate. Then you figure out your own loyalty program because Nuskin may not have a loyalty program that will keep the customer for you. So we do little giveaways in our private chat. As long as your subscription went through this month, then you're entered into a drawing for a full-size product. Now, yes, that comes out of my pocket, not Nuskin's, but customer service goes a long way in keeping customers. And if you've ever been in an MLM, you also know that there are times that you have to regroup and rebuild because team members fall off.
They do.
Team members, life happens, and they don't want to hear about, well, let me help you time block your schedule so that you can still work your business. No, not everybody's mindset is keep moving forward. Sometimes they pause, regroup, and come back. Yeah. I've got one that left after life happened and she got a job and then she had a wreck and had to be back at home for a while. I haven't worried her about building this business while she's got time on her hands because she had already voiced she did not care to continue at this time. She loves the products, will be a customer for life, but the business side she needed to put on pause. I heard her. I met her where she's at, and she is able to focus on herself right now, knowing that I'll be back. So when I speak to her, we don't talk business. I check on her to see how she's doing as a friend. Yeah. It's all in how we can run them off or we can pull them in. If you constantly vomit information about your product, your business, or, oh my God, you got to join my team, you would be so great at it. That's not where it's at. You've got to build the relationship first. And once you build the relationship and you strategically work your social system on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever platform you use, as long as you consistently engage with the people that you've got on your list, because everybody in an MLM has a list of the top 25 people they want on their team. And you take your day, and when you're doing your 28-minute blitz of work, that's what we call it. You start out with 7 minutes of engagement, and you engage with as many people as you can. And we do what we call cherry picking. You go down your friends list, and anybody on your feed that you haven't seen in a while, that's who you engage with. Yeah. Because when you pull up your Facebook, you're going to see the top 20 to 30 people that you've stayed active with. Yeah. So go through your friends list. And I have this little system where every month has 28 to 31 days. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. I start on day 1 at the letter A in my friends list, and I go through and I start engaging. Day 2 is the letter B, and on and on and on. And it's a little system that keeps my feed active with all of my 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
So, and yes, I have to go in daily and delete somebody just to add a new friend, but that's a good problem to have, because when I started Nuskin, I had about 400 friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
By following a system, I grew. Within 9 months, I had 5,000 friends and 1,700 in my VIP group.
Nice.
And that is all in the power of knowing how to use your network.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's called network marketing for a reason. My badass crew has heard me, if they've heard me say it once, they've heard me say it 100 times, but literally 50% of your job is to network and grow your network, right? I recently interviewed the authors of a book called Said the Lady with Blue Hair, and it's got 7 rules. I highly recommend, Allison, that you recommend this book for your team. Send it out to them. It's called Said the Lady with the Blue Hair, but it's got 7 rules. And one of the rules is, if enough people know what you do, you will make a good living. And that's applicable whether you're in network marketing, if you are a traditional, and I'm putting air quotes around that, traditional entrepreneur, if you are in the corporate world, if enough people know what you do, you will have a good living. But that means you have to actually talk to other people and make sure they know what you do.
Yes. And it's, for me, it's all about planting seeds.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody compliments my makeup, and they ask me, what makeup do you use? It's not the makeup brand that I buy, the reason that it looks so good. It's just like when you build a house. You're going to start on the foundation first, not the color of the paint that you want the walls to be. So,
yes.
So if you spend more time on skincare than you do makeup application, it's always going to look good. Now, yes, I have a story where I had suffered from rosacea for years, or I've had autoimmunes that affected my body. And so Nuskin changed my life in so many ways. Not only did it provide a living when I had no clue how my bills were going to get paid, but also it started the path to healing my mind and my soul, you know, as far as from the trauma of the past and learning how to deal with that and to work through it without burying it under something to come back another day when I had held it in as long as I could. The supplements changed my life with my autoimmune syndromes to where I'm in remission for the first time in over 10 years. July, I will be in remission for 2 years from 3 autoimmunes. I'm no longer on any prescription medicines. So, and then the skincare completely changed the texture and tone of my skin. And when they say reverse aging, it truly is. I'm a licensed esthetician and master cosmetologist that has training in name brand. I have certifications from so many high quality name brand skincare lines that I've bought before. Oh yes. They used to call me a kidnapper. I would sign up for a kit in a heartbeat just to try it out. And I've spent thousands in skincare products and treatments at spas and salons just to get results that never happened, because there's nothing that is the be all end all fix all for every skincare concern in one product. However, when you find a line that has products and devices that, when used as directed, actually give you results, and all you have to do is be a walking billboard advertisement, people are going to see, they're going to notice. Then not only are they seeing you, somebody else is going to say, oh my God, did you see Jennie? Her skin looks amazing. What is she doing?
Right.
And so that's one way of growing your network and growing your customer base. And the other way is simple, engaging, finding new friends, adding them. And when you add a new friend, message them. But you don't message them, hey, Jennie, I know we just met on Facebook. I do this Nuskin business and I would love to introduce you to some of the products. No.
No.
Not at all. No. It goes a little bit like this. Hey, Jennie, you popped up in my suggested friends, and I see that we have a lot of mutual friends together. My son goes to school with so-and-so's daughter. How do you know each other? I love to connect. I would love to chat one day to see if we've crossed paths in other areas. Something like that. Flip the script to however it suits your needs, or if you saw a post that they like, connect. Because if you don't connect on a personal level and build rapport, build a relationship, as soon as you try to connect on a business level and share your product, they are going to disconnect.
Oh, yeah. Because again, people buy from people. They don't buy from businesses. You know?
Exactly.
They want to know that they are well held and supported. So, oh my gosh, there are so many nuggets of wonderful knowledge and all the wonderful things here. But what I want to know for you, Allison, is what is your secret to direct sales success?
There are a few secrets to that. Knowledge is one of them. There's a phrase called KNOW, K-N-O-W. That is the knowledge needed to overcome waiting. When a customer tells you no, you need to know what the reason for their no is. No is not no forever. No is just no right now. If you know your products, you know your customer, you know what they need and why they need it and how to get the results that they want, you can always sell them on anything. The other key to it is consistency. You have to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show. Nobody else is going to show up for you but you.
Ding dong. Right there, people. Oh, yes.
You have to show up. If your business is one that you could streamline to work it in 30 minutes or an hour a day, then you set yourself a committed goal.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a goal. You are making a commitment. So my day starts out with my devotion. I do my devotion before I even get out of the bed to pee in the morning.
Oh,
So
wow.
it starts out with my devotion. When my devotion is done, I go take care of my business, brush my teeth, start my coffee. When I'm sitting down with my coffee, I do my daily actions. My daily actions include engagement, finding and adding new friends, messaging them to make the connection, shout out requests, and business shares. And most people have a goal to do anywhere between 5 and 10 a day on each thing. I'm in rebuild mode right now, where I've had a few clients or recruits that they're an occasional order every now and then, and they signed up just for the discount. They don't really want to grow a team. I'm in the process of rebuilding and growing my team. So I am balls to the wall. I usually start out with 30 business shares and 30 shout out requests per day. And sometimes I will double that just because I will keep working until I get a yes. So my suggestion is be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Know your market as well as you know your products. And if you don't believe in what you're trying to sell, then draw a line in the sand and find a company that you can stand behind. Because if you don't believe in the products or the company, you're not going to be able to sell it.
Right. And guys, I want to point out that belief in the company beneath belief in the products falls under the umbrella of believing in the value. Because I hear from quite a few people in the industry, because I talk to a lot of people at all different levels, and the people who are at the top believe in the value of the product. You don't hear them talking about how expensive this product is. No. They get the value. And so they know that they're just looking to find the people who also see the value or are willing to jump in to find the value. So
True.
I want people to understand, because there's a lot of people who say, oh yeah, I believe in the product. But then the first thing that comes out of their mouth when they talk to somebody is they go, I know it's really expensive. Well, great. You just put that thought in your client's head instead of pointing out what the value is. How is this a better value, or how is this totally are those results worth it? So you got to make sure you have that included in the believing in the product and the company, that it is worth it.
Yes.
Oh God, so good, Allison. I feel like I could, you and I could talk forever. In fact, we did. I mean,
we did.
We literally talked for days on the cruise.
I loved every minute of it, and I wish I was back with you.
Oh
and it wasn't just MLMs and direct sales. It was so much that we talked about, and I absolutely love that. And not one of us was trying to sell each other on join my team or anything, because it's the connection that we make. And when you make the connections, everything else will fall into place. Your next top 1%er of the company may be out there from a shout out, and you dread doing a shout out. If you don't know your product, get on your company's website, research every product, not just the ones that you know and love.
Right.
I made it a point, every customer order that I did those first several months, I would buy 1 to 2 products that I had not heard of or had not tried. And I became my best customer because instead of buying from Walmart or Walgreens or any other name chain store, I bought from me. Anything that we produced that could replace something that was already in my cabinet, I just replaced it and I replaced them as the products ran out. If I ran out of shampoo, I bought Nuskin shampoo. If I ran out of body lotion, I bought body butter. If I ran out of vitamin C, I bought Nuskin's vitamin C. So for success, the key to success is be your best customer, know your products, know your customer, figure out what your avatar is, who you want to sell to, who you want to join your team, and then you work that list and you engage with them and you give them happy birthdays. You comment on their post, and a comment for social media and the algorithms, your comment has to be at least 4 words or a GIF. And do not use the typical thumbs up to like a post. You want to love it. You want to care about it. You want to laugh at it or be angry about it. And if you want to boost engagement on your own feed so that your algorithm kind of resets itself, then ask a question on a very controversial topic.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, we could talk for days. Seriously.
We could.
Oh my gosh. But I do want to let everybody know that Allison has so incredibly graciously granted this wonderful gift for people who are interested in this, because maybe you're like me. A few years ago, I had never heard of Nuskin. It was new to me. And everybody who listens to the show knows I do not have a consultancy with any company at all. So I always recommend go with the people who you know who are doing it, or if you've never heard of it before, go with my guest, Allison, and she's offering a free member account with wholesale pricing and a free sample to those who follow her on social media, join her VIP group on Facebook, and then message her and say, I heard you on the podcast. I heard you on Jennie's podcast. How do I do this? Right? So follow her on social media. I've got all the links in the show notes. So you can connect with her, go message her and say, okay, I heard you on Jennie's podcast. I heard you on the Badass, the #1 network marketing podcast of all time. And I want to know how to get that free member account with you, Allison. That is an amazing offer. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I've also sent you a link for another free gift for anybody that is in direct sales. It is what I talked about with the Blitz.
Nice.
So it's how to effectively grow your network in 28 minutes a day. And it comes with scripts that they can use to message potential recruits and customers. So I messaged you that link as well that you can include in.
Awesome. Okay, guys, the link to her Blitz is in the show notes. So if this is your first time listening to the show and you're like, what are these show notes? What you're going to do is grab your phone, click on today's episode that you're listening, scroll up, and you're going to see the show notes right there with the description. It's got all her social media contacts and a big link that says, get your Blitz here. So grab that link and go check it out. Allison, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Thank you. Mwah. I have enjoyed every bit of it. You are just as fabulous.
Thank you so much. All right, Badass crew, you know how this goes. Stay tuned because there's another Badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.